It's the Paris Chong Show.
Now, one of my favorite photos that you've ever taken is that amazing photo of Tupac Shakur, and that hangs in the Smithsonian, correct?
Yes, yes.
So when you did, so tell us. I'm a big Tupac fan, and so tell us about that story when you had. What was that for that you had to photograph him?
No, I did this for personal. It was a personal
Oh, really?
thing. Yeah, because I was working on this movie, and Janet Jackson.
Oh,
was
Poetic
doing-
Justice.
Yeah, Poetic Justice.
I love that movie.
Yeah, and what happened was that I didn't know much about, hip hop or that kind of stuff before, and there's stuff that I liked, but I was deeper into, I guess, some other things, and that was my introduction
Right.
to.
Well, we started large.
Yes,
Janet Jackson and Tupac. I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't get any bigger than that.
it was pretty amazing. And one day on the set, he took off his shirt, and
I wish I was there.
well, he wasn't doing it for me or anybody else. No, he was changing costumes. But I saw that pistol on his chest, and I said, okay. And I just got a good vibe from him, And
Yeah.
so I went up and said, listen, Tupac, I'd like to do a personal portrait of you sometime with your shirt off. And he nodded. I guess he knew enough about my own work that he understood it wasn't some nonsensical kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we talked about it a lot during the rest of the movie until then there's a point where I was able to was doing the posters for the movie, and I had my own, stuff set up to do with him, And I remember I had two assistants for the regular, stuff for the posters. I told them he was having a rough time that day, and also I think he felt that his time was running, near, and so I told the two assistants who were watching, they didn't have anything to do. It wasn't the shoot. Anyways, they said, listen, he's cool. You could say, hello, good morning.
Yeah.
And stuff. Don't get into any deep conversations because, for one thing, he's working today, and also he has other stuff on his mind that's going on. So you don't need to combine it by, get off conversations.
Right.
And so they understood, and it was cool. And so when it was time, I thought we had some time away from shooting the poster and stuff like that to do this portrait. Because we've been talking about it almost every day. Once I first talked to him about it, I said, Tupac, it's time.
Yeah.
And we walked over to a place that I figured out, and he took off his shirt. And I said, stop.
I wish I was there.
Unfortunately, you weren't. No. He took off his shirt, and he just had I stopped him from taking it off completely because he was in a very I don't call it tender moment, but everything was sort of fiery. He had very good control of himself, in a way, because most people are jerking their head around, still watching for somebody coming up, and actually somebody an extra on the set tried to attack him.
Oh,
that was
geez.
not a good move on their part.
While you were taking the photo?
No, this was happening.
just-
There was a scene that was coming up, and some extra was trying to, I guess, make his mark or whatever.
Dear.
Well, he went down very quickly, apparently. I wasn't there for that. I was like close to, and I turned and saw this stuff going on, and he just took the guy out real fast, and they took the guy away and said he's not going to work on any other movies. He was an extra, and just that kind of thing. It's like pretty ugly,
So you got the shot pretty quickly then?
Well, when I asked him to take off his shirt, and it was on a place away from everybody else, and I took 3 frames. I knew not anymore, didn't need anymore.
Wow.
I'm a fast take
You must
on
have
things.
liked that. I think a lot of celebrities want you just to get the shot. They don't want to take forever to do photos, right?
Yeah, well, we talked about so much, and also, I think the moment I took the photographs, the first 3 frames, it was on a medium format camera. I knew it was there.
You nailed it.
I knew it was there, and I didn't want to disturb him anymore. I mean, sometimes you can make mistakes and give up before, but in this particular thing, he was really, he was really going through some stuff.
Yeah.
He's being blamed for some stuff that he wasn't responsible for, and things like that. And, as an artist, like, you realize that not everybody's going to understand what you're doing or why you're doing it.
Right.
And that doesn't matter. It's like when I'm working on something, I try to clear my head of any other possibilities just to pay attention to everything that's going on in a particular scene, what's going on within as deep as you can go inside of a person's head without talking to them,
Right.
and that seems to always work.
So you know how to read people. That's a gift.
It's the Paris Strong